this is the 2026 Ram. This thing's dirty as hell right now, obviously, but that's because it's working. That's what I bought it for on the 24-foot trailer. Got the package with the gooseneck and the fifth wheel. I mean, this is the limited version, so it's got all the bells and whistles. But all the bells and whistles can't make up for the issues that it has, and I'll be talking about those here shortly. But this is it. I'm a big Ram guy. I love Ram. I've had Ram trucks for quite some time. But this new 2026, while being a great tow rig, has been a non-stop problem. So check this out. Obviously it's very, before I start moving, it's very nice on the inside. We got a little extra screen here for the passenger. Big display. I mean, like I said, all the bells and whistles for this particular truck. But check it out. The map ain't moving. I've been driving this truck for a couple of hours now, and the map just decided that it's just gonna stay in one place. So wherever I was parked last is where we're at. But this isn't the only. This ain't a big issue to me. The bigger issues happen. I mean, look how many miles I got. I got 9,500 miles on it, and basically since, I don't know, 2,000 miles, right after I bought the truck, I took it out for a drive down to Texas. And down in Texas, I went to pick up a gooseneck flatbed trailer with a container on it. I was moving some stuff around. I was moving the container from Houston to Oklahoma, and on the way up to Oklahoma with the truck and trailer, the truck started to throw codes. It was throwing some weird codes. First, it started off by throwing codes for ABS, VSA, stability control. It was throwing all kinds of codes. I mean, this dashboard was literally a Christmas tree. Car still drove fine and everything, but it just would not, the cruise control wouldn't work because the ABS doesn't work, because the VSA doesn't work. It's all linked together. It's got to be either some kind of a CAN bus issue or something. But I could never, I couldn't figure out what the issue was. I pulled over. I'm driving with a big ass trailer, and thinking, A, the ABS ain't working right. A, the VSA is not working. What if the lights aren't working? Stuff like that. So I drove it. I pulled over. I looked into some forums for the new 2026 Rams. Really didn't find much, but I did find one thing. Somebody saying, hey, if you drive and you slam on the brakes real hard, or if you this pops up, it'll go away. And so I'm driving, I slammed on the brakes, and boom, all the lights went out, which is crazy. But that doesn't resolve the issue. So, and this happened, after that, it happened multiple times. This had to happen maybe 3 or 4 times already in the 9,500 miles that I've driven. Just driving right now, I did a trip today, probably for about 15 hours there and back to Kansas City and back to Chicago. And check engine light for random stuff. Who knows what it was? I don't know what it was. It was on, then it was off. I haven't checked it because now it's gone. But I've had issues with the ABS. I've had issues with the map being stuck. I have issues with the radio not playing correctly. I have issues with the DEF fluid showing that it's improper. I also had, right off the bat, right in the beginning, the first issue I ran across in this truck was service exhaust system after 1,500 miles. I was like, dude, this is a brand new truck. Why is this truck having these stupid issues when it's a brand new truck? Obviously, I should have used my head a little bit better, but this is a new design truck with the new trans, a new updated engine. Everything's new, so it's gonna have kinks. I took it to the dealer, after the first trip from Texas back to Illinois, and I'm like, hey, here's the issue, this and this, and the exhaust system's popping up, the ABS system's popping up. The craziest issue I had so far was the throttle wasn't responding properly. I was driving, and this popped up directly at the same time as maybe not directly, but at the same time the ABS was an issue. The throttle became an issue into that trip as well, where the car just started having more and more problems as I kept driving further and further. So I'm a little bit I'm quite mechanically sound. Best way to fix that is, hey, unplug the battery, let the car sit for a while to reset, plug it back in, and that basically cleared everything. But the throttle issue was wild. It's obviously the throttle controls everything in terms of power to the engine and everything else. It was surging, it was jumping, it was doing some crazy stuff. It wasn't shifting properly. The trans was like dragging through gears and stuff. It wouldn't downshift properly. It was crazy. As you can see now, the truck has no lights, but the map ain't moving. And one other issue I've discussed that I've been running into recently is just randomly while I'm driving, I press the brake randomly, and I get the notification saying, hey, you hooked up a trailer. What trailer is it? Is it a conventional? Is it a fifth wheel? Whatever. What? I'm driving with no trailer. I just press on the brake and I get a notification saying, which trailer do you have? The trailer brake connected. What the hell? How is that even possible with no trailer? Obviously. So I think there is a issue with this truck. Somewhere on the back end of this truck. On certain forums, they're saying that the rear right ABS sensor was faulty from the factory, and that was causing a lot of issues. Obviously, the new cars are all linked by CAN bus systems, which is where one system controls, has a record of every other system, and they are intertwined together, they work together. I think there's some kind of a small issue causing a major issue. Besides this map being stuck where it is, unfortunately, the only way to reset it is to pull over and shut off the car, and sometimes it takes a couple of attempts to get it to reset, but sometimes it just doesn't want to reset. I'm driving, I know what I'm driving, but I'm kind of driving blind, you could almost say. But yes, it's an awesome truck. It does the job great. It pulls everything I need. It's got the power, it's got the comfort. It's got everything I want. And I upgraded from a 2500 2017 to a 2026 3500. I wanted a double axle in the back, or dual tire in the back, because pulling a gooseneck with just a single one tire per axle or two tires per axle can get a little sketchy when you have a lot of weight that you're pulling behind. If you're driving with a gooseneck or a fifth wheel and you pop a tire on a 2500, you can lose control much faster. That's why the 3500 has an extra wheel just in case that happens, and the extra capacity that it'll take, obviously. But I love this truck. I took it to the dealer. The dealer tried to replicate the problems, couldn't replicate it. I took the car from the dealer. A couple days later, boom, same problem. Let them know. They're like, well, you got to bring it in when it's got the problems. I'm on my way to the dealer. Boom, car resets itself. Everything resets. No lights, no nothing. There's a history, but they pulled a history, which is also on a dealer. They pulled the history of the codes. They have a laundry list of codes, but they didn't even know where to start. So they're like, well, we're waiting for engineering to get back to us, and then maybe someone else will have the same issue. Basically, I am the guinea pig for this truck, just like probably anybody else who has the same truck. Now, I had a friend of mine who has the same truck, maybe less, maybe a little bit less features. Maybe it's not the limited version, but he's right up there with the version below. He's got zero issues, like no issues, like none. Well, I'm over here stuck with all these extra issues. I wonder if it has anything to do with, he's got the fifth wheel package as well, so that wouldn't make a difference. But something, somewhere, is an issue that's causing issues throughout the truck. And while it won't leave you stranded on the side of the road, because it hasn't done that for me basically 10,000 miles, it just got weird issues that they're just hard to determine what they are. And I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks, months, the engineers and Ram will figure out what the kinks are, so they can either do a system update or change whatever defective part that there is, or make it right. I mean, for buying a brand new truck, spend a crap ton of money on it, and then having to deal with issues with the first 10,000 miles is kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, you're not buying a truck brand new from the dealer with 0 miles on it so that you can go bring it back to the dealer after 1,500 miles because you're having exhaust issues, electrical issues, ABS issues, all kinds of just stupid issues. So I'm hoping that sometime shortly soon here, there will be some kind of a solution to the problem that we're having, but we'll have to wait and see. This is I'm not happy about it. Obviously, it's not, I'm doing a video on it so that maybe somebody out there also has the same problems. They just can't figure out what it is. Unfortunately, I don't have a solution for you, not yet. I tried everything that's been already posted on the forums, pushing the funny story. The fuses that are in the fuse box are actually all kind of loose. They're not pushed in all the way, so you have to push them all in. I already did that. That didn't really solve the problem. I did all my, I checked all the electrical connections on the rear of the truck for any loose wires or any kind of maybe, leaking connectors or anything of that sort. Haven't really found anything. I mean, it's brand new. There's no corrosion. There's no corrosion. There's no nothing. So hopefully soon somebody finds out what the problem is, and let's just hope that they can resolve them. I really do not want to take this truck to the dealer multiple times, and I do not want to get to the point where I have to lemon it out. I like the truck. I enjoy the truck. The truck works hard for me. I try to take care of it. Obviously it's not clean because I did a long drive and, well, there was nowhere to really wash it with a trailer behind me. So, but that's just the exterior. In terms of, everything else maintenance-wise, it's in good shape. So, hopefully if you run across this, maybe you already have a solution, and maybe you can let me know what the problem is, so I can fix it. But until that happens, I'm just gonna keep driving and hoping for the best. You guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next video.